Welcome to the Live Wide Open podcast. I'm your host, Randy B. Ramirez, the high performance mentor, and I'm here to lead you to become the best version of yourself. This show raises the bar for all the motorsport enthusiasts. Holding it wide open is just what we do. Being a good person is who we are, and living our lives to the fullest is the lifestyle that we choose. Yo, let me give you some straight, real fucking talk, my brother. You don't need another podcast. You don't need another book. You don't need another motivational quote. You don't need another inspirational video. What you fucking need, bro, is to be fucking fed up. Because what I've learned through going through massive trial and error is that nothing changes until you decide that you're no longer willing to tolerate the fucking shit that's going on in your life. Until you feel fed up, until you say enough is enough, nothing will change in your life. Nothing. No matter how many inspirational videos you watch, no matter how many podcasts you listen to, no matter how many books you read, no matter how many fucking quotes you read, until you say enough is enough, nothing will change. Until you change what you tolerate in your life, nothing will change. You see, there was a time in my life when I was broke. Actually, if I'm being fucking real with you, there's been many times in my life when I've been broke, when I've been afraid, when I've been insecure, when I've been full of doubt. But I still tolerated. I would complain about the money. I'd hate the way I felt. I'd hate the situation that I was in, right? But I kept waking up to the same damn fucking life because I hadn't hit that enough is enough point. I hadn't changed the perspective, the story that had gone in my mind to say enough is enough. And then one day it fucking clicked. The fucking man that I was looking at in the mirror was letting it all happen. I had to stop blaming life and I had to start raising my fucking standard. And the minute that I started raising my fucking standard is the minute that it all started to change. Because I wasn't willing to allow that shit anymore in my fucking life. So what you tolerate equals to what you will repeat. Just think about it. If you tolerate you being out of shape, right? You will repeat eating those bagged meals. You will repeat not working out. You will repeat eating like shit. You will repeat not taking care of your body, right? You will rise above the level of your lowest standard. So if your lowest standard, right, is being an over fucking weight dude who doesn't care about his health or his life or his family, right? Then that is the standard, the lowest standard that you're going to be living to, right? You can talk about change all day, all you want. But if your life will always match what you're willing to put up with, no matter how much you talk, your life will always match what you're willing to put up with, right? To your lowest standard. So if you're willing to ride with your low standards, then don't be surprised when you don't achieve the life that you want. If you're fucking okay with making shitty money, if you're okay with being out of shape, if you're okay with your relationships being fucking whack, if you're okay with your mind being all over the place, if you're okay with having low confidence, if you're okay with not being spiritually connected, if you're okay with still living at your fucking mom's house, then guess what? That's what you're gonna fucking continue doing because that is how your standard is built. Until you change your standards, until you change what you're willing to tolerate, until you say enough is a fucking enough, that is when the things will start to change. Tolerating staying out of shape equals staying unhealthy. Tolerating low income equals settling in comfort over growth. Tolerating porn, tolerating poor sleep, tolerating yelling matches, tolerating you skipping workouts, tolerating you fucking being a dick, it all stacks up. Every time that you tolerate your own bullshit, you're teaching your brain, your mind, that it's okay for you to stay small. Every time that you tolerate you being a fucking prick, and I've been there, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. There's still times where I fucking look at the things that I say and how I'm acting, I'm like, yo, you're being a little bitch right now. But it takes me not tolerating that shit anymore in order for me to change that pattern, in order for me to want to get better, in order for me to go apologize, in order for me to put my ego down. But if you're not willing to tolerate, if you're willing to tolerate those behaviors, then you will never level up. Then you will never increase your standards. Then you will never change your life, my friend, because you're willing to tolerate what's going on right now. Until you say enough is enough, the standard is no longer who I want to be, then nothing will change in your life. You see, desperation drives transformation. Inspiration might light the spark. Inspiration might get you like feeling all a little happy and stuff. But desperation, that shit fans the flames until they burn the old you fucking down. Inspiration will get you going, but desperation will make sure that you fucking keep going. Change doesn't come from cute quotes or from good vibes. True change, true fucking change from the man that you are to the man who you want to become. It comes from you being so done with your fucking reality that change becomes a fucking must. Like, it wasn't until I was fucking sick and tired of feeling like shit after drinking that I said, enough is enough. I am no longer drinking. Like, you will quit drinking when your hangovers make you hate yourself more than the idea of quitting. Like, I literally went through that stage over and over and over again. And I felt like shit and I felt like shit. And in the moment, it was so good to drink. And in the moment, it was so good to have fun. But the next days, it was horrible. The next days, I felt like shit. The next days, I didn't do anything. The next days, I was always, and I fucking kept killing myself because I said I wasn't going to do it. And I kept doing it until I said, enough is enough. It's until I said, that's it. I fucking quit. When you decide that you will no longer tolerate the things that are going on in your life is when the things start to change. Like, you will fix your marriage when the idea of losing your family becomes more painful than having those tough conversations. You will fix your marriage when the idea of losing your wife, of her going with someone else, of her not being connected with you, of your kids going to look up to another man, when that idea becomes more painful than going and changing and transforming into the man who become the fucking leader for them, that is when it will all change for you, my friend. You see, until it hurts more to stay where you are than it does to grow, you will stay stuck. You will stay playing the same game. You will stay where you are. You will stay in those low standards until you say enough is enough. This is not who I want to be. This is not who I will no longer be. This is not what I accept in my life. That is when things start to change. You gotta raise your standards. You gotta set a new non-negotiable standard for yourself. Change happens the moment you say, I don't do this shit anymore. This is not who I tolerate. Real power comes when you decide, I will not tolerate this behavior ever again in my life. This is not who I want to be. This is not who I am. This is not who is going to become the man who will create a lifestyle for his family that is way greater than it is right now. You got to be able to create those lines in the sand, bro. You got to be able to say, I don't skip my workouts. I don't speak to my wife with disrespect. I treat her with loyalty, with honor, with respect. I don't waste time scrolling when I should be building. You gotta set the line in the sand with the things that you will no longer tolerate for yourself in your life. Your next level won't come from motivation, bro. Your next level will come from a new code that you refuse to break. Your next level will come when you decide that your current standards will no longer serve you. When you look in the mirror and you say, that is enough, no more. We don't do this shit anymore. We will become more. We will be more. We will be the leader that my family needs. When you decide that you will no longer tolerate what's happening in your life is the moment that things start to change. And so this leads me to this important question I have for you, my friend. What is one thing in your life that you've been tolerating that you know is holding you back? Think about it. You know, we all know we got things going on in our life. We know that we have things right now that literally, if you stop doing that shit, you will no longer be held back. So what is that thing for you? What is the one thing in your life that you have been tolerating that you know is holding you back? And my challenge for you is I want you to pick those tolerations. I want you to pick one of them. Out of all the things that pop up, I want you to pick the one that you think is holding you back the most. And this week, I want you to end that shit. I want you to draw the line in the sand and say, never again. That's it. No more of this shit. Replace that behavior with a new standard. Prove to yourself that this time it will be different. You see, you're not stuck, my brother. You're just tolerating too much of your old self. Raise your fucking standard. Change your damn life because your family is counting on you. So don't you fucking dare let them down, my friend. Your family is counting on you. I will repeat that again. Your family is counting on you. So don't you fucking dare let them down. Yo, I'm driving the checkered flag deep into the ground and I'm calling all the motorsport enthusiasts who are out to play the shit out of the cards that they've been dealt with. Let's break free from all the shit that's been holding us back and let's become the badass motherfuckers that we're all meant to be. Breaking the stereotype is exactly what we're here to do. This movement is called Live Your Life Wide Open, my friend. And helping others level up is the mission that God has tasked us with. Hit that subscribe button if you've never missed another episode. And if today's message hit home, then it's time to contribute to the growth of this mission. Send this podcast to another brother. Send this podcast to another motorhead. Send this podcast to another gearhead, to another man who's on the same mission as we are, because leveling up is non-negotiable. The future version of you, your family, your peers, everyone who matters in your life, they're all fucking counting on you, my brother. It's time to get the fucking work. I'll catch up with you on the next episode, but till then, live wide open, my friend.